Welcome to Approach the Nerd. This is our live stream for Yashahime, Season 2, Episode 5, A Girl Named Leon. I pretty much enjoyed this episode. Things are kind of moving forward, I guess. We are still set at Mount Musubi. The last episode, the girls were able to breach it through the center, through like the part that has spiritual energy, and Roha was like the hero of the day of the last episode. So the girls are standing around talking to Leon, who already introduced herself as Kirinmaru's daughter. She tells them that the Kyurokon root is the ultimate weapon, and that her father trapped her there 600 years ago because she died. Now, I would like to ask, why did she die? Who killed Leon? I wish they had actually told us this information, like what led to Leon's death, but we don't get any of that. So, we always get like nuggets of information, but then they leave like a crap ton of it out. Like, who is Leon's mother? Like, we just don't know. But anyway, so she wants them to slay her father because she wants her spirit to be able to go to the afterlife, and Toa is like, are you sure you want us to kill your dad? Toa is the conscience, the sensitive one of the three. And I love that about her, but she cracks me up. She cracked me up a lot in this episode. Leon also says that her father wants a strong opponent who is strong enough to break through the barrier of Mount Musubi, but also kind-hearted enough to understand what it means to protect something you love. And I'm like, what? And the girls are like, oh, must be talking about us. And I'm like, of course, main character plot. So yeah, Kirinmaru has been forcing Leon to meet with him in dreams using, of course, the dream butterfly, the same dream butterfly, system that's keeping Rin alive through Setsuna. So after some long debate, and when I said long, it really wasn't long. Like Toa just reached in the barrier, was like hugging her and like, you've been alone all this time. I'm so sorry, and she's like hugging her, and Setsuna's like, you're very trusting. I mean, she is Kirinmaru's daughter, and Toa's like, meh. Like, so they just, and that was like literally it. That was the end of that discussion. Leon also starts giving us some more exposition about what her father plans. He wants to bring about the degenerate age through finding the spirit called Akuru to move the windmill of time. And we did see the windmill of time in the first half of the season. So I guess it's technically season 1. I consider this all one season, like act 1, and now this is act 2, but I guess it could be, I don't know. Anyway, but he wants to find Akuru. So that is a thing. Setsuna is able to now see the basically threads of fate and cut them with her naginata, which is what Sesshomaru wants her to do, because if she's able to do it, she's able to savor the connection between the dream butterfly, and the two hosts. Then essentially she's also able to split the connection between Zero and Rin. So she does manage to cut it down. And of course, Kirinmaru is like, oh, so you think, your dad is pretty much annoying, or dad's love is annoying. And from where he is on his ship, he forces her back into the barrier, or tries to force her back into the barrier. Well, Rion decides to, there's like an artificial body made of like bone and sand that they buried when they sealed her, or when Kirinmaru sealed her. And so she basically possesses that body. My question for that is, why didn't Kirinmaru just have her do that from the jump? Because when she does that, she's able to leave Mount Musubi. So why did he not just have her do that? And then she would be alive again. I don't understand. I don't understand your logic, Kirinmaru. Oh my gosh. And also to add on to that, Rion actually tells the girls that her father has been all over, space and time, except for one place. And Toa is like, oh, the future, where I come from. But I've already guessed in my last review that his, part of his arm and hand, that's basically in the future. That's what the Kirin Sensei is. Because when he was visiting Hiyogawa's shrine and he put his hand on the tree, you saw like kind of like the tattoos type glow or whatever on his arms. And I mean, that to me, I'm pretty sure that was Kirinmaru's markings. So yeah, it's I don't know what Kirinmaru's motivation is. I'm only saying that because if he really wanted them to not save his daughter, why didn't he just go to Mount Masubi and stop him? I understand, that according to last week's episode, the Kyokon root is very powerful, and even he's afraid of it because it's the ultimate demon energy drainer. But why didn't he stop them from getting it? Why didn't he go there and like, no, you're trespassing, get away from my daughter? He doesn't do that. Something else I thought was interesting is that Riku was protecting the girls, well, technically Towa and the girls by proxy, from all of these small fry demons that were coming because their barrier was down, or was going to be down. And he was taking them all out. And then when they're able to save Rion and walk her out, and basically Towa carrying her on her back, her and Riku, recognize each other, and she runs over and hugs them, and it was kind of cute. It was almost like they were siblings, but then Riku's like, no, don't look at me, because everything that Kirinmaru hears and sees is, through me. We are connected. And so Toa's like, oh, really? And so it looks like she's going to kiss him, but then she starts screaming, Kirinmaru, we saved your daughter. You don't like it? Come fight us. Wait. She's just like... I thought that was funny as hell. I really thought that was a funny scene. And Sesshomaru, right before they see Riku, he asks Setsuna, hey, your Naginata, did you master it? Have you been able to cut the threads of fate yet? And she's like, well, I'm still off my mark. And he's like, okay, it's because you're not properly motivated. So I'm going to cut your dream butterfly down and you'll be able to sleep again. And the silver scale that's on your mother that you want to save, well, it's just going to start spreading on her body. I don't know if Sesshomaru is doing this as a calculated risk because he has faith that his daughter is going to figure it out of desperation. But I mean, poor Rin. I'm like, she's like, you see her crying. And I think, I don't know if she's crying because her daughter's finally able to go to sleep. Is she crying because she was connected, through her daughter? She was able to see her daughter, and now she can't see anything anymore. I don't know, but poor Rin. I'm like, because I mean, essentially, if Setsuna doesn't figure it out soon, she's gonna die, and I mean that's so messed up. But it is what it is. And then the coolest part for me of this entire episode was that Rion, once she was able to get into the artificial body before they left Mount Masubi, she asked one thing. She's like, let me travel with you. But in exchange, she gave Towa a gift. Now, I'm going to be clear. I don't know how she knew that Towa needed this. Like, why didn't she think Maroha needed this weapon? But, whatever. So she gave it to Towa, and it is a flute that she's playing. It's called the Star Slicer Flute. And Toa's like, you're giving me a flute. And she's like, you'll understand, later. Now, disclaimer, I do know that Toa was raised by, Sota and his wife is a music teacher. I just don't know if Toa ever took music lessons. Like we see that Setsuna takes to the violin almost automatically. So maybe being half demon, you just automatically had to know how to play an instrument. I don't know, but she... starts playing the flute like she's played the flute professionally. And I'm like, I'm always like suspending my disbelief. I'm like, how do you know how to play this song, this flute? Like normally, back in our day when we had music class, they start you off with a recorder and you just blow and it just sounds like crap, but you're having fun. How did Toa just instantly know how to play this flute? I thought that was absolutely effing hilarious. But anyway, so she plays the flute. And then she's given it actually morphs into a sword called the Zenseken, which apparently pairs with Kirinmaru's sword, the Bakuseken. And they are gifts from Amada Sumikabashi, which is the god of the stars. So it's almost a Tetseiga thing. It's crazy. It's the whole Shomaru Inuyasha thing all over again, but now it's between Toa and Kirinmaru's swords. So, but the sword is OP as hell. I mean, I'm not hating on it. I think it's very cool. She's got her blade now. Happy about that. But I just thought that was very interesting and very, very interesting. Like I said, I suspend my disbelief a lot in this series. The only barrier to the girls escaping with Rion is a demon spirit beast. And Toa uses her new sword and just her twin Azure Dragon attack to take it out, which is cool. Like I said, all of that was cool. It's just that giving her that flute and she just automatically knew how to play it. I'm just like, okay. Like, why? Why? Yeah, I did not again mind this episode. The cute parts again, I love that Riku and Rin look like little siblings, and he actually says, I'm going to take care of Rion for a while and we'll just meet you further up, we'll catch up with you. Basically, it's really cute. Setsuna finally being able to go to sleep, and of course over passionate sensitive Toa saying, what's wrong with you, are you injured, are you hurt? And then Roha's just like, nah, she's just asleep. And she's like, does that mean she's never going to wake up again? I'm like, what is happening? Toa, why is that glass half empty with you? And then Maroha's like, it's really funny when Maroha, who is Inuyasha's daughter, is the calmer one between her and Toa. There's something interesting. Like, I feel like Toa is more like her uncle than her father in terms of freaking out. So I don't know, that the dynamic between these girls is really funny. But yeah, and then I think next week we see more of the trailer. We see more of Hisue. We get to see his journey as a demon hunter or demon slayer. Apparently he's well educated. I mean, this is what the trailer was saying. And Setsuna's like, there's no good that comes from having to sleep. So I think she's going to start really understanding that she's sleeping through everything. And I think that's hilarious. But yeah, again, very good episode. My main questions are, once again, honestly, though, I want to know who Rion's mother is. How did Rion get slain? Because we saw her laying there bleeding out, and that Kirinmaru was not able to accept it, and that's why he sealed her in the first place. How did Toa just basically understand how to play this flute? I mean, how did she understand that? Why didn't Kirinmaru go to Mount Matsubi to stop the girls if he really wanted his daughter to stay, sealed? Why didn't Kirinmaru realize that he could have used this clay doll basically to have Rion transfer her spirit into, so she could use it to walk around and live again? Because instead of going to the afterlife, she's literally walking around now as, it almost looks like a living, breathing creature. I don't know why he didn't think that through. Instead, I went the dream butterfly route instead of, hey, resurrecting my daughter into a brand new body. But, hey, whatever. If Kirinmaru has never been to the future, then again, his arm is there. Does that not mean that he cannot, like, if Kirin Sensei is his arm, can he not? I don't want to say, well, I guess technically if it formed a brand new body that kind of looks like him, can he not see what's going on during modern times? I don't know. It's definitely something that I'm curious about, because by them saying that, or by Rion saying it's the only place he hasn't been, I don't know. For me, that just seemed weird to me. I don't know. I felt like Kirinmaru seeing through, Riku, which is his horn. So could he not see through the arm in the future? Why would he need to go to the future if he could see through the arm? Or Kirin Sensei, basically. I don't know. I just have there's so many questions, guys. And again, Sesshomaru taking this risk with Setsuna. I mean, he loves Rin. He would do anything for Rin. And then he just chopped that dream butterfly in half and said, oh yeah, you can sleep now. Save your mama. Like, oh my God. He also asked Maroha if she met with Inuyasha. And I feel like that was a way of him checking on his brother to make sure that Kagome and him were still alive. And she's like, how do you know? He's like, and then walks away. I'm like, that's so Sesshomaru. That's so Sesshomaru. But yeah, I always leave every episode, even the good ones, with a lot more questions. And I mean, I don't know if that's a sign that the writers are doing their job, or maybe I'm just not understanding, or maybe they just need to give us more exposition. I'm going to go with option 3, but that's just me. Hello, Miss Ellen P. I think he just didn't want to get killed. That's why he didn't make her into a physical form. I know he doesn't want her to get killed again, and you might be right with that, but it's interesting because essentially he was holding his daughter hostage, and that was so messed up. Any take on where the story will go when Seshi asked Mo if she saw Inuyasha? I really think that he was making sure, because remember, when he sealed them in the Black Rainbow Pearl, he just had to assume that they survived whatever world was inside of that. And having her, when he asked, having her confirm that she saw Inuyasha. And lucky he didn't ask about his sister-in-law. But having, her confirm that Inuyasha's still alive, I guess that was enough for him. I don't know. I don't think, I would really love for there to be like some future plan that Sesshomaru has for him and his brother to finally take down Kirinmaru. But I honestly, to be honest with you, I don't think that he needs Inuyasha to take down Kirinmaru. I really don't. Sesshomaru is also a character that has been proven to be OP as hell. So he doesn't need his brother to help him fight. So I think it was actually a wellness check. That's what I think. I think it was just making sure he's breathing. I'm like, all right, cool, I'm out. I love how, and Miruho's like, how did you know? So when they find out, or when she finds out that her uncle sealed her parents away from her all those years, she's gonna be mad as hell. I already know there's gonna be some fallout from that. And when Inuyasha and Kagome get out, it's gonna be some fallout because they were separated from their child for her entire life. That's messed up. I'm excited though. I can't wait to see what happens. Again, this season for me has been picking up a lot faster than the original, like the first half. Again, I don't know if we're calling this season 1 or season 2. I'm just going to call this season 2. So season 1. So this has been picking up a lot faster than season 1 has for me. Essentially because there were so many filler episodes. But let me knock on wood here. We do have a Hisue. We have a Hisue episode next week, which I'm not opposed to because I want to see what's happening with Sango and Moroku and their kids. So I want to see some more stories from them because we are kind of like shafted a little bit in terms of the other characters. I really want to know where the hell Shippo is. I say this every review. I've been saying this since the first episode of Yashahime. I don't know where Shippo is. I can't imagine a world where Shippo is not helping them. It doesn't make any sense to me. But I digress. Maybe he'll show up eventually. I don't know. I'd love to know what's going on with Kaide because Kaide's just hanging around. I would like to know what's going on with the Wolf Clan, with Koga and them. I would love to see more characters that we, fell in love with and that were established in the original series. Just make a cameo or pop in at some point in this series. For me, that would be, epic. And I understand we're trying to get Rin out of the damn tree and get the silver scale curse off of her. And I understand that Kirinmaru is a threat and they need to figure him out. Even though, again, he's like, I need somebody strong, but I need somebody kind-hearted. I'm like, Naraku didn't do that crap. Naraku's like, I'm just gonna kill everything. Kirinmaru is like, I have morals. I'm like, I have morals. And then we got Zero, who we didn't see at all in this episode, who's just batshit crazy. And, falling in love with somebody should not make you Fatal Attraction style. She's crazy. She's absolutely crazy. And I'm hoping that the memories that imprinted on, the silver, gold and the red rainbow pearls were enough to keep her from becoming her former demon self, because she wants to become her former self and she wants to be able to, kill all the half-breeds, probably all the humans, start the degenerate age along with her brother. So I don't know. It's weird. I remember everyone saying the mountain looked like a female. In reality, the mountain was the shape of Kirinmaru, and he was basically symbolizing a mother protecting or caring for a child. Yeah, almost like she was in his womb. I agree with that. Symbolically. And symbolically, it's pretty. It's very pretty. And it's good to see that he loves his daughter. It's not like he's basically the worst version of an overprotective dad. That is what he is. But again, I still want to know who killed her. It would be so messed up if Zero was the one that killed her because she was half Hanyo. And is she half Hanyo? Who is her mom? We don't know. We don't have any exposition whatsoever. So I don't know. I don't know. I love her character. There's no exposition at all. I love Ryama because she was just like Kikyo when made out of bone and dirt. Yep. There's definitely a lot of symbolism. There's symbolism across the board in this show that's so relatable to the OG series. Even how they get their swords. There's always something. I will say, though, the girls have an easier time at quests than Inuyasha and Sesshomaru ever did. Because they just like rolled up in Mount Masubi and it's like, hi, I got your Kyokyo right here. And I'm like, what? It's like they have these like epic quests. They have these obstacles, but the obstacles are only a major threat for like 2.5 minutes. And then they just like, bam. And again, these girls do not ask questions. This is why we don't get answers, because the characters aren't asking anything. So when Rion was like, oh yeah, I was killed 600 years ago, she said it so many times, like, oh, I'm already dead. No, I'm dead. No, I didn't go to afterlife. Nobody asked, who killed you? How did you die? How did Kirinmaru not keep you safe? And it was very, like, if you really think about it, it was very foreboding in a way, because in the last episode, Zero said, stop taking her out with you to her brother, because you can't, you won't be able to protect her and yourself. You've proven you got your ass handed to you by Toa. You might want to leave your daughter at home where it's safe, where we can take care of her while you're out doing your stuff. And apparently he didn't listen to that, and she ended up getting killed. So I don't know, but who's her mom? I really want to know who her mother is. Was she a human? Was she another demon? Who's her mother? And how does she have so much exposition about everything? I realize she's had 600 years to brood about stuff, but she knows a lot, for her age, the age that she was when she was killed. I don't know. There's just a lot. What if Riku was the one who killed her by accident, of course, and maybe that's why Kirinmaru abandoned him? Who knows? No, I think he would have killed. I really think he would have killed Riku. There would have been it would have been an abandonment thing. He would have killed him. So I don't think he did that. I don't get why I love Rion, but hate half-breeds, but she is. Yeah, why does she love Zero? Why does Zero love? Well, okay, to be fair, when we saw her doting on Rion, that was prior, I'm thinking time-wise, to Toga marrying Inuyasha's mother. Because at that time, she was probably with Sesshomaru's mother. So, and she's full demon. So probably she hasn't gotten to the point where she's insulted. Like, she couldn't say anything for him being married to Sesshomaru's mother, because she's like a higher level royal type demon. But, Izoe was up. She was literally a human, and that is an ultimate insult. You chose a human over me, the awesomeness that is me, and maybe that's when she went crazy, and then maybe she killed her out of anger or jealousy, and maybe it was even accidentally. I don't know. Or it could have been because she was worried that, her being half Hanyo means that she's going to be the one that kills her dad, aka Zero's brother. So she might have killed her thinking she was stopping the curse. And then because she killed her own niece, she's like, now I can go kill anybody because I killed somebody I really loved that was half. Nobody else matters. I mean, it could have been anything like that. So, yeah. Yeah, I think that's probably what that is. And now we got crazy freaking, she's so crazy. She's more crazy over the fact that Toga didn't want her than the prophecy. I'm like, that is what made her nuts. And I think it's really sad. And I thought it was really interesting in the episode with Sesshomaru's mother, when Zero got cut down by Setsuna, and Sesshomaru's mother even knew it. She's like, you're just a bitter bitch. You're just bitter. I'm like, you're sad. You got sad because, a human got chosen over you. And she's like, I don't care. And I was like, yep, that is a thing. That is a thing. Yeah, I think it was before the prophecy. Absolutely. 100% before the prophecy. Where is Shippo? I do not know. It's driving me crazy. I want to see how he looks now. I mean, what if he doesn't even know any of this stuff has been happening? Like, that's so weird. They need to tell us where Shippo is. I need a good explanation for why Shippo has not been in this series at all to this point. It doesn't make any damn sense to me. So, I don't know. Like I said, I'm in my feelings about the Shippo stuff. I'm not happy. I need my Shippo back, because Shippo and Kilala were my cuddle buddies. I have plushies of them. I need to know where Shippo is, because even though this is Yashahime and it follows Sesshomaru's daughters more than technically Muroha and Inuyasha Kagome's daughter, I feel like he was such an instrumental character in all of the OG series. It just doesn't make any damn sense to leave him out. So I don't know. I'm in my feelings about that, guys. I really am. But all right, so this has been my Yashahime review. Hopefully you enjoyed it. I have another stream coming up at 1 p.m. Central Standard Time. So that's about, let's see, an hour and a half to 2 hours from now. For my Arrowverse recap. So if you're into any of the Arrowverse shows, Stargirl, Supergirl, Legends of Tomorrow, and Batwoman, I will be talking about those at 1 p.m. Central Standard Time. So make sure to join that stream. I have another video that's rendering, so I'll be posting another video up today, which is another what I think video, and it is a mess. So be checking the postings and notifications for that. I do need to jump into some more reviews. I just watched a show called A Girl in the Woods. Is it Girl in the Woods on Peacock, which I pretty much enjoyed. So I need to do a short review on that. And I just started watching La Brea too, and I'm really getting into that. So there are going to be more reviews coming up. And I should have a late Halloween Kills perspective video coming up, as well as I'm going to see the Eternals next Friday. So we will be doing a review on the Eternals as well. So be on the lookout. Again, I'm sorry for kind of like the slow pacing and slow postings that I've been doing for videos lately, but that is because I also work as a voice actor and I've been doing a lot of voiceover jobs. So sometimes they come to me during a day that I am getting ready to do a video and it's out of nowhere. So I get paid to do it. It's my job. So unfortunately, my job has to take precedence sometimes. But I do enjoy making these videos, and I'm really glad that you guys are enjoying Yashahime so far. And hopefully you like some of my other series that I review and movies that I review. And yeah. I'm going to be posting a lot more. I promise you. Just bear with me. I'm just trying to get through this slew of voiceover work, but it's a thing. All right. So let me know your theories, your opinions, what you think is going to happen in the remainder of this season. Again, I do believe next week's going to be a filler because it has more to do with Hisue, but don't quote me on that. They may throw in some stuff that's pertinent to the plot, but it does look filler to me from the trailer. Doesn't mean it won't be good. It just means it looks filler. But at least we get to see more of Sango's kids. Maybe we'll get to see Sango and Morocco again. Who knows? But it looks filler to me. But I still want to know what you guys think. So please leave your comments below and let me know. And if it is day for you, have a very good day. If it is evening for you, have a very good evening. And I will see you in the next stream, hopefully today at 1 p.m. if you're into the Arrowverse, our comic books. If not, then I will see you in the next video, and have a great day. Bye.